the only thing that I regret after looking back is that I waited so long. But I know with all my beating heart, I'm on the right track. Wish I knew it all along. Heed the call, rise above it all. play it safe and stay behind, knowing what I face. Please tell me what to do. Heed the call, rise above it all. You must fly into the fire. Whoa, here I am, running towards my final destiny. Though it may seem too much to bear, standing tall, even though the weight is crushing me. I will not stop until I'm there. Now the only thing that I regret after looking back is that I waited so long. But I know with all my beating heart, I'm on the right track. Wish I knew it all along. Heed the call, rise above it all. You must fly into the fire. Whoa, here I am, running towards my final destiny. Though it may seem too much to bear, standing tall, even though the weight is crushing me. I will not stop until I'm there. Heed the call. Heed the call. Heed the call. I can hear your voices calling me from a distant place, but I don't know what to do. Heed the call. Do I play it safe and stay behind, knowing what I face? Please tell me what to do. Heed the call, rise above it all. You must fly into the fire. Whoa, here I am, running towards my final destiny. Though it may seem too much to bear, standing tall, even though the weight is crushing me. I will not.
Welcome everyone to 2017 Blade and Soul World Championship. We're finally here in day 5. It's gonna be the last day of cast. Before we move on to the grand finals that will be happening after a short break of 4 days, and we'll be back on Friday. But until the meantime, we're gonna have our to finish up what we've been on this 5-day marathon
Yep.
of Blade and Soul Cast. My name is Joe Sophie. Along with me is Ending Life. We're going to be bringing you the last bit of that action. Extended coverage is what we've been bringing to you guys, and we're going to be finally getting to those 4 teams that are left over to see which team will be eliminated, and we'll have those 3 teams left over by the end of today and head on to the grand finals coming on from Friday.
Yeah, like Joe said, we'll have 3 teams left, not 2, and only 1 team will be getting eliminated today. You'll see on screen soon that our first match will be GC Busan Red versus RMB Gaming from Russia, and our second match will be GC Busan Blue versus Penggandi from Taiwan. And one of these 4 teams is getting eliminated today. One of the teams is getting the top seed to secure that spot for the finals, or per se, the first prize pool right there as you see. And on the schedules, today is the 24th of September. We will have the 1400 broadcast for the first 2 matches, as I just mentioned, and the 1800 broadcast to see who actually gets eliminated and who actually secures that first place seed.
As you mentioned, that top seed going to the grand finals will not be about winning the prize pool right away.
Oh yeah.
That will all come through when we get the grand champion on the finals day to see who comes out in the very top of things. But until then, prize pools will not be given out to any of these teams. I mean, until you do get that 4th place spot today and be eliminated, you will get the 4th prize money. But these guys right here, all 4 teams, they're not looking for that 4th prize money.
Oh no.
They're just wanting to get 1 step further, and each place you get further into the stage, extra money does come through. But with that, fame as well. So these 4 teams, 2 Koreans, 1 from Russia, 1 from Taiwan. You know how these guys have made it through. They'll be looking through to advancing so much further than what they are right now to hopefully get to that grand stage.
Yep, and on screen you have been seeing the events every time, and we haven't been talking about it much, but same thing goes for these events in Worlds with regards to not being able to participate in it unless you are either here in the audience seat for some of the prizes they give out.
Yep.
And the codes that go out in the middle are only for the Korean servers. Unfortunately for you guys that are playing in other regional servers, I'm very sorry, but you can't participate in this event. I don't know how to say this. Like, this has been going on since last year, and me and Miz and me and Joe Sophie, sorry. Joe, we've been telling you guys over and over, and every time we tell you this, that you can't participate, we feel really bad.
I mean, you don't have to feel sorry. I'm sure we're going to have a lot more Blade and Soul tournaments opening up worldwide, depending on the different regions. We saw the EU and NA also host heaps of tournaments in this past year. We're going to hope that we're going to open a lot more with those codes that you guys are really looking for. You'll get the codes for the Korean server here. So if you really want these, just create a account here and just start leveling from level 1. And
we've been telling them that since last year.
We could, but I mean, it's still a viable strategy if you really want those. But I mean, some people do value those codes with those special prizes very highly. But I just know that it won't be applicable to any other servers outside Korea. So just know that fact, and we're going to move on to the more important matters, which is the games themselves.
Yeah, we have GC Busan Red, who has been performing as the first place seed of Korea, and not disappointing at all. And we have RMB Gaming's very impressive games yesterday. And, we were talking to them about, yesterday's last game when they beat out Sky. And, do you want to talk about it? What happened? What went on with the tags that, early on in the game?
I mean, you guys saw the games actually come through. We saw a little bit of entertainment tags for a little bit of entertainment that we've been missing out since we were all in the serious mode of who gets to the semifinals. R&B Gaming decided to get the force tag out, which allowed one of the players to come in. Then they decided to use a tag point right away. Bring the 3rd player out. So we got 3 players appearance in a matter of 2 seconds. It's a little bit of funny there, but we did talk to the players right after, and they communicated. They did tell us that it was just a simple mistake on their part.
So I did watch the VODs to see, because I remember yesterday we were casting and we went into the game, and we usually do a small introduction when the beginning of the game starts, and we look at the screen and only probably like 20 seconds has passed and 2 tags were used by R&B Gaming.
Sure.
And we're like, what just went on? Everybody is at full health. There was no problem in damage. And, you know, I rewatched the VODs and the first tag literally just happened like 10 to 15 seconds into the game, and no CCs have been, you know, no escapes have been used, nothing happened, and we asked them about that in detail. And like Joel mentioned, it was a mistake.
And compared to the
it was.
detailed question that we asked, they pretty much gave a very simple answer.
Yeah.
Saying it was a mistake.
Yeah. But they won.
They won there.
Yeah, even with wasting, or yeah, let's say waste, because it was a mistake. So wasting 2 to 3 tags within a minute, they still won. So, you know, that's why they are here in the top 4 seed. And now we have them on screen, and we did kind of miss out on GC Busan Red's introduction, but, you know, we know them as GC Busan Red, as you have been seeing them during the Korea tournaments.
So now that we missed a little bit based on our competition, let's get to the important points here. R&B Gaming had to beat out a very strong team of Sky, the #1 seed from China, and they had to beat them out, which eliminated all 3 China teams from this tournament. And R&B Gaming, we thought they were the underdogs coming into that specific matchup, but now they're here, especially one of the players in the team by the name of Maxim Ivanov. The Blade Master has played spectacularly, carrying his team in the singles and also in the tags. Let's see how this actually goes forth. Will they get the same result against GC Busan Red? The next question we're going to be finding out.
Yeah, we'll have Juno Han versus Alexi. A Warlock mirror match, and the music has changed. We are ready for our set 1. We will be getting into it right away. Let's get it on.
Let's talk about the 2 teams for a minute, because GC Busan Red, they played their first game, basically, of Blade and Soul in the day 4 quarterfinals because they were automatically qualified for that spot. They weren't very troubled by any of the games they played and really made a straightaway path over to the semifinals, whereas R&B Gaming had to fight through many games to have their opportunity here today. So the underdogs, we would have to say, is from the Russian side with R&B Gaming, with GC Busan Red showing so much strength in recent times. But how does this actually translate into the results that we'll see between these 2 teams? We'll have to see.
Yep, and you know, just like a Warlock mirror match should be, a lot has been done, but no damage has been taken. They are both at full health. Alexi did use his escape very early on, but you know, he ended up getting it back. Nothing too much happening. Oh, there we go, Juno Han. Did the body swap into the aerial.
Now he's going to go for the damage here. Gokovenko have already used his body swap to get out of there. Now he uses the second win. See Juno Han using that body swap. Continue on with that damage right away. Getting into the airborne now. A lot of the things that we've been talking about with the players is that that burst damage that has been very characteristic of this year's World Championship. Somewhat unfairly powerful for when you get the right aerial into your opponents. So much damage comes through, really changes the game just dramatically. And
I don't want to say unfair, it's just ridiculous, I think.
So much damage.
It's just stupid damage. But yeah, Alexi is out of both escapes once again. He does get his Void Walk back, but Juno Han has his second wind comfortably ready to be used after that Tether Blade lands on him, if it does.
I mean, we see 2 types of Warlock mirror matches where both players can go aggressive, go for the immediate damage, but you can see also this type of Warlock mirror match where both players play defensively, look for the opportunities to go up.
Ooh, Leech!
Oh,
this is bad!
Gokovenko
when you're Leech and no escape!
There is no escape for him to get out of there, and Juno Han comfortably picks up the first win, not having taken too much threat from the side of Gokovenko, and really gets the first point towards the Korean side.
Yeah, that was a very good mirror match. Usually when, like Joel mentioned, when it's very one-sided and the match ends early in a Warlock mirror match, it's either, one of the losing Warlock made a critical mistake, or the skill difference was the gap was very big, so the winner was just able to take advantage of that. But a Warlock mirror match that we have just seen, we saw, look at this, the countdown, there's 50 seconds left, and they were pretty even until the last burst damage with Junohan landing the leech. This is usually how it goes. So even when Shingyun Kim during the Korea season came out with the Warlock and there was a mirror match with Junohan, it was pretty stale until the mid-late game, just like now. So this means, you know, Alexis Warlock is definitely up to par. He knows how to play. He knows how to, you know, adjust to his opponents. And, you know, unfortunately he did lose the first set, but he showed us a good game.
Might be the second game that I'm personally expecting. I see Maxim Ivanov setting up in that keyboard. Really want to see him and see how he does, but it's gonna be Bowden. We're gonna find out. GC Busan Red, who's gonna bring out Sung Choi on the Destroyer. He's done very well throughout yesterday's first appearance, basically, but good enough to get them ahead to the semifinals in the most comfortable of manners. But here he's back again on the Destroyer. He is known as a World Destroyer for a good reason. Does everything right and really not much holes when it comes to playing against and strategizing against this guy. And Maxim Ivanov, he's been spectacular as well. Arguably the best performing player for the side of R&B Gaming. And whether he can do a satisfactory enough performance to get a win, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, and you know, like Joel mentioned, Maxim's Blade Master has been phenomenal, and he is going up against the World Destroyer.
We're gonna go on to game 2, see whether Maxim Ivanov can get a point back on the side of R&B Gaming. We're gonna find out against the match against Sung Choi. Let's get it up. Hear those roars coming in from the crowd for GC Busan Red, their home turf. In this Korean soil, we're gonna get the cheers coming from Sung Choi on the Destroyer for GC Busan Red. Gonna be going up against Maxim Ivanov from Russia, playing the Blade Master.
Alright, let's see how this goes. Amber Stomp was used. There we go,
There's
going
a
in
stun
with the ramp.
Really used the second window. He's taking a lot of damage already. Ivanov, we've seen him save up those escapes as long as he can. He played the mind games against the Chinese squad yesterday and really won out in that.
Alright,
So much
another
damage.
stun into the
This might be
track.
crucial enough, and if he can get into another stun, it will be over for Ivanov.
Alright, that area was finished off kind of weird for Sungjin Choi.
Hey, did you see the gust being used right away by Sung Choi? But it's gonna be Ivanov now, having to pull the counter, but none coming from it yet.
out of
Another
any
stun.
escapes.
Gonna be now for the next 5 seconds. That might be it, but it doesn't end quite yet. He's gonna go for the Cyclone and try to get out of there, give him some range. He does get the second win back, so one more stun he can get out of.
Yeah, that should have been over if Sungjin Choi didn't.
Another stun, which procs another second win from this guy, but this might be enough damage and just continuous stun, really not being able to get off that daze. And does Maxim Ivanov lose another match for RB Gaming to go down 0-2 now.
Yep, and just remember, this is best out of 7 first team to reach 6 points. So winning 2 singles and obtaining 2 points for GC Busan Red. However, if R&B Gaming just wins that next 3rd tag match, they will tie it up for getting 2 points for winning that tag match.
We're gonna advance to game 3 after GC Busan Red with the help of Junohan and Sungjin Choi. Key players on this team kicking off very, very good wins for them, and 2-0 up. Gonna be very comfortable moving forward in the series. Let's see whether game 3 they can extend this lead, or it's gonna be R&B Gaming pulling the ropes. Get back to even at 2-2.
Yep, and you know, Maxim did put up a fight. However, it just seems like Sungjin Choi's Destroyer is at another level. We'll see how he plays, and you know, this talk also has been going on about, you know, the Destroyer's wallbang, but we don't know anything what will happen in the future. But the wallbang, it seems, you know, personally, I think it should be patched up, you know, so it's less OP.
I mean, Sungjin Choi, I mean, we talked about it in the dressing room there. We talked about what he thought of the current meta, but one thing he did tell us is that the game seems too easy right now. That is just, he's getting too much damage off of this situation where he did not used to back in the day, and he's saying these explosive damage have been very uncharacteristic of what he thought of Blade and Soul should be about. So
He knows.
He wants some change, although he is so strong at it. But he has the humility to tell us that it will be better for the entire Blade and Soul scene, for Destroyers, and also the other aspects of different classes to get a little bit nerfed to make sure the balance is equal between these every classes that are available in Blade and Soul.
Yep, and these are just, our opinions and what the players and what we think. We are not saying anything is going to happen. It's just, we were talking about it because it was kind of ridiculous of having an interfere in to help, but you're both wall banged, and it's impossible to get out. But, Songjin Choi and all of the Korean and all of the players know this, so don't worry.
Just an open-ended discussion will lead us into a game 3 between GC% Red, R&B Gaming, the Korean or the Russians. Because of 2 points. Let's get it on. You hear those roars, really the shouts coming from the Korean side. See Hyungu Kim though on the assassin for the first time. Like the Golkovenko. Gonna make his appearance after losing out in game 1. Probably wants a different result this time around.
Yep. Hyungu Kim is actually going very aggressive, but ended up using his Lotus of Escape first.
See Golkovenko trying to poke him out, forced out the defensive interfere coming from Juno Han, giving that time distortion back for those cooldowns to be reset.
So now Hyungu Kim could go aggressive once again to use another Lotus of Escape.
Another stun
and
coming in.
Another stealth.
Yeah, that's a stun coming in from Golkovenko, which forced that stealth out from Hyungu Kim. Hyungu Kim tried to go in aggressively, but really got nothing done except using all his escapes. Forced out to interfere. Maxing even up, putting in the damage. And that's going to be the defensive interfere now. Coming in crucially from Songjin Choi. Giving that iron plating to negate any more damage, but that's going to be continuation damage. It might be eliminating. And Hyungu Kim, without being able to do anything, gets single-handedly knocked off. And Golkovenko here, and Juno Han is back out. He's continuing on with this damage. The Russian side really feeling it here.
Juno Han is...
Wait, this might be error. This has to be. I will get a confirmation once we do, but just seemed like very uncharacteristic. Maybe Hyungu Kim, he could have gotten unlucky with that, obviously the death there, but it was very, very unusual for Juno Han to go in right after that.
No, the thing is, right after Hyungu Kim died and Juno Han was standing still on screen, actually from across from us, we do have GC Busan Red's booth in our sights, and I saw Juno Han and Hyungu Kim turning around, talking to the refs, and Hyungu Kim was clicking his keyboard, telling them that it seemed like as if he was saying like something was wrong, nothing, like it didn't respond. So Juno Han, when he came in, he was actually AFK and he ended up dying, if you guys have seen it. And Juno Han was actually going back. Yeah, so Juno Han was helping Hyungu Kim, appeal to the refs, and now we did get
a confirmation from the referees that it has been acknowledged that Hyungu Kim's keys did not operate properly and did not react to his touch. So, can get a rematch, and a remake will occur for GC Busan Red. So it seemed like R&B Gaming could have had that huge advantage there, being one man up. But it's gonna be we're trying to get a fair environment for every player here in GC Busan Red, along with Hyungu Kim. Felt like the key did not.
Yeah, the key for the tag didn't work because we know that his escapes worked because he used it 2 times even after Juno Han came in for the time distortion to give his escape back. He uses a Lotus of Escape and his stealth twice, but it seemed like he was pressing the key for the tag and it didn't work. And as I mentioned before, Juno Han came in and he was just AFK because Hyungu Kim and Juno Han, they were both telling the refs that it wasn't working. There was no reason for Hyungu Kim not to tag out after using all of that escape and just getting into the aerial and just ended up dying. So that is the reason why Juno Han ended up dying after coming in, but
And just another explanation for why we're getting a lot more errors than we conventionally do in Blade and Soul Korea. If you've been following, we have made a very custom server, NCSoft, just for this tournament because we had to really count for all the different regions coming in. So we had to get rid of the Hongwon Ultimates. We had to get rid of if the gunslinger was available. We had to get rid of that. And we also had to adjust the patch to be on par with what the other regions have been used to playing.
Well, not on par. They basically, yeah, that is correct. They had to keep the most recent patch up, but in the most recent patch, Hongmun ult is implemented. So they had to take out only the Hongmun ult, but keep the patch. So basically, like, they had to go back where the Hongmun ults weren't available, but have the recent patch updated. So like it is very complicating for NCSoft to create this offline tournament patch or client per se for this offline, and that's one of the reasons why we do get this multiple issues.
And we know for all those community users out there who actually play the Blade and Soul game, that the stable live servers are also based on bug twitching and also just fixing up these little malfunctions that could happen in-game.
Yep.
NCSoft takes care of that over time. But now we had to have a custom server that fit the criteria for all the regions here. So to do that, they probably have a little less time to prepare for all those bugs here and there. But that's the reason why we're getting a little more malfunctions and a bit of errors throughout this tournament. So we do apologize once again for this little mishap. We're going to be back. Susan Ran and RMB Gaming, they're going to go for it again in this game 3 here.
All right, this time around, Hyungyu Kim still ends up using his stealth first after going aggressive.
Lotus Escape too. I mean, he's
Deja vu.
just going back to
and
what he has lost before.
Yeah. And Junohan comes in for that time distortion as well. Exact deja vu. Hyungyu Kim has taken more damage, but he does get his escape back from Junohan's help.
Golkovenko wanting to replicate what he just did right before the remake was to kill off Hyungyu Kim, but Hyungyu Kim probably knows to use the tag button this time around.
All right, this is exactly where we ended up stopping here because Hyungyu Kim couldn't tag out and got into the area, but it seems like he doesn't want to tag out this time around.
Summoner, Olgotsov coming in.
But there is the iron plating.
It's going to be the iron plating coming from that defensive interfere, coming from Sang Choi. Golkovenko still feeling pretty comfortable.
And this time around, he successfully tags out.
And Sang Choi is back out on the field. It's going to be against Golkovenko. Couldn't be beat by the Blade Master of Maxim Ivanov. Okay, now he's just going for the Typhoon. So much damage.
Tons of damage. Tons of damage. Typhoon! He is trying to keep distance, but he does get grabbed! Alright, body swap.
I reckon Sang Choi was talking about this manner where the Destroyer is too strong at this moment. That's going to be good enough to knock off Golkovenko. Doesn't seem like there was a tag miss there. It was just not much time to tag out in the first place.
Yep. Sang Choi ended up putting him in the area and finishing it off. And Junohan comes in.
Yeah, he's going to come in with that damage onto Ivanov. It's very unfortunate that Golkovenko has to be the first man out. Sang Choi is going to come in with the extra damage, and that's going to be the second man out for Maxim Ivanov. And suddenly, after that remake, really going the opposite way. Really, RB Gaming knocking in the same opportunities and players dying out very easily one by one, and it will be Red. After that remake, it's a win here. I don't know how good they feel about the actual
maybe
win.
We should just get another remake. An even remake, one remake per team. But I'm just kidding. There was no technical difficulty on Russia's side. Even though they did lose out, usually when there is a problem, they turn to the refs right away in the middle of the game, like Hyungyu Kim and Junohan did, even going AFK in the middle of the game to call out there was a bug or there was a difficulty. But it doesn't seem like it is happening. But like Joe said, how good will GC Busan Red feel about this victory?
I mean, if I was GC Busan Red, I would feel terrible. I mean, the fact that you did have an valid excuse for calling for that remake, but when you turn that against your opponents to just get a relatively easy win, and I don't know, I wouldn't feel very proud about that specific win, but it is all about the results, and GC Busan Red do pick up another victory, making it 4-0 now. Seems like a very easy clean sweep might be coming up.
Yeah, the only way for GC Busan Red now to prove to us and all of you viewers that the remake wasn't the reason we won is to get that clean sweep, like Joel, like you mentioned. If they start losing maybe 1 or 2 matches, then people may think that remake just helped them out. But if they do get a clean sweep and prove us wrong and say that really was the difficulty, and it wasn't the remake that gave us the victory. We are skilled enough to get that victory, and so we'll see what happens in the next couple of sets that to come.
I mean, there was nothing violated that the sportsmanship of nor the regulations of what was supposed to be going down, but it was a valid remake. But I feel like feel a little bit my heart going towards the Russian side, RB Gaming, for earning such a kind of an unfortunate loss on that one, losing out on a very, very solid 2-point that would have benefited from very highly going on to the series. And now they are down 4-0. I wonder if they can really come back from this and pick up a few points or so.
But this did happen. The technical difficulty did happen a couple of times during Worlds, and it was throughout. It was throughout different regions. So it's understandable that it happens. But the music has changed. Let's get into our set 4. Let's get it on.
There you go for the second series of singles between GC Busan Red and Russia's RMB Gaming. It is going to be Hyungi Kim, the man who did call for the remake.
Yep.
It's going to be against Ashim Ogosov, summoner of this team.
He does have to use that stealth because he was stunned by the cat.
So even if the summoner is stunned up, cat will still be in play. Make sure his owner is safe and sound.
Yep. Hyungi Kim, he doesn't seem to be having a brawl right now. He does land some CCs on the summoner, but he is afraid to go in because of the cat.
Yeah, I mean, the annoyance that the cat brings is immense, as we've seen in past occasions, but it's all about Ashim Ogosov on the stun once again onto the webbing. The landmine is planted. It's going to be popped with the bombard coming in.
Yep. Doing enough damage, but the health, summoner is just going to keep healing up unless you get rid of that summoner. He's just going to stay in the game.
Saved up the tab escape. Ashim Ogosov really not keen on using that escape.
Yeah.
Now he does. I guess the backstab. This is going to be Hyungi Kim's turn. And as you talk about the burst damage, getting another win and one more point over to GC Busan Red. It is 5-0. I know that we talked to GC Busan Red right before this match had begun. They talked about what they were really aiming for in this specific matchup against the Russian side. And they did mention a 6-0 clean sweep was their objective going into this. So one step away from this, getting this, but I wonder if they're doing the paper, rock, scissors just to see who's gonna go up next in the singles. Yeah, find out.
I think that was it. To see who goes up.
Hyungi Kim was pretty joyful about what the result was. We didn't see it in detail, but maybe that just means Hyungi Kim will make another appearance coming into this last. Potentially, it could be the last single.
Yeah.
You see Juno Han though standing up on that keyboard and mouse. Sung Choi has both his hands just away from his equipments. We're kind of reckoning that Juno Han might be the next person up.
All right. Yeah, I thought Hyungi Kim won that rock paper scissors, and I thought he'll be coming out for the potentially the last match, but we'll have to see when the screen shows us.
You never know. Maybe he was happy maybe because he lost. I mean, he didn't want to play another round. And
yeah, maybe.
You never know. With the psychology between these players.
Yeah, but it does seem like Juno Han is preparing for the match, so.
We did not get many vision around the Russian side to see who's going to make their appearance for RMB Gaming. It will be Maxim Ivanov versus Juno Han, and as we predicted, the rock, paper, scissors may or may not have had any implications on the actual decision, but it will be Juno Han making the next play and trying to finish out this game in a 6-0 series for GC Busan Red.
Yeah, and personally, it would be amazing if Juno Han went back to the Blade Master against Maxim's Blade Master to see who is the true Blade Master of this World's 2017. But unfortunately, he's on the Warlock.
I mean, we know that Juno Han does have the Blade Master registered. We're going to see him go on the Warlock this time around. Hopefully get a 6-0 clean sweep. He'll be the one to do it. He can do it. Let's get it on. Here we go for what potentially could be the last match. Really excluding our needs to go to the next series of tags. Could be over right here with Junohan if he gets a victory over Maxim Ivanov.
Yep. Junohan actually goes in and ends up taking damage using his second wind out. Maxim has been performing very well throughout this Worlds as a Blade Master.
He has, and what about Ivanov? Can he continue on with that performance? It is going to be a question. He uses the second wind to get out of there. You see him jump out of there. Junohan really wanted this close distance damage now towards Ivanov.
Taking a lot of damage, and he is out of escapes. This is not looking good for Maxim.
Second aerial coming through. There's nothing he can do.
Finally, he finds a little time in between where the familiar is gone.
Junohan, you don't see him very threatened.
All right.
But stun coming out, the Dragon Chunk coming in. It's not going to be enough damage to finish him up quite yet. He has to do that once more. Get a real threat onto Junohan.
He's out of second wind. Oh, Leech!
Okay, then Leech lands but does not force out. Second wind.
The aerial.
Let's get on to the aerial. He might have to use a second wind as soon as he lands on the ground. He does keep his tap escape intact.
He is making a move, getting close to Junohan.
Now Junohan gets another stun, which is going to force the body swap right away.
This is very close. Junohan will get his second win back soon.
Okay, now Ivanov might have a chance here. Does have the second win available, Junohan, but if he can't get out of another situation, might be Dragon Tongue to death. As it stands,
Maxim has to get rid of Junohan's escape, but he is stunned with no escape. But
he doesn't go on the aerial
alive.
though. Yeah, he doesn't go on the aerial as we expected there, but even without the second win,
another leech,
finds some way to go, and that is the aerial we've been waiting for. And Junohan finishes off the series, giving GC Busan Red a 6-0 win. In the most fairest of manners, I can not conclude with that answer, but nonetheless, it will be about the result, and 6-0 is what GC Busan Red is going to get against R&B Gaming. And now R&B Gaming is in the trenches now, going to their losers bracket, see whether they can keep their hopes alive and make it to the grand finals.
Yep, and you know, like Joel mentioned, they are not eliminated. They will just be, waiting out for the second match loser to come down to fight off for that, third place.
And that second match will be coming right after this break, and it will be GC Busan Blue, their sister team, coming from the GC Busan organization. They will be up against Taiwan's Peng Gandhi, who had just a miraculous win yesterday against INEPS to be here in this situation. So Peng Gandhi doesn't want to settle for fourth place, and they really want to advance further. In order for them to do that, they have to beat out very, very powerful GC Busan Blue. There you see the red being represented by Junohan. Still the eyebrows, not the angry mode quite yet. He has given us a hint of when we might see that angry eyebrow, but we'll keep it confidential until they actually appear. But as it stands right now, GC Busan Red 6-0, clean sweep over the Russian side, and now they're discussing over this matter, but it will be them heading to the losers bracket to wait for their next opponent to come. We're going to go to a short break. We're going to be right back. This match 2 of this day 5 event of our broadcast. We're going to be back with GC Busan Blue and Peng Gandhi right after this break.
Heed the call.
Welcome back, everyone. 2017 Blade and Soul World Championships. We're still in the semifinal stage where we're gonna try to find out who the best teams are that are good enough to get to the grand finals coming up next Friday. But as it stands right now, GC Busan Red did beat out the Russian side R&B Gaming in a 6-0 sweep to advance to the next part of the match, which will be the winners match. That'll be happening later in this stage, but we're gonna get to the Group B, the second part, the second half of these semifinals. 4 teams that are left available. We're gonna see the rest of the 2 teams, which will be GC Busan Blue and also Penggandi coming from Taiwan, to see who's gonna move up to the winners match and who's gonna be onto the loser match to join against R&B Gaming to play out that final match.
Yep. And like we were talking about it during the break, and it's so unfortunate for R&B Gaming's, regardless of what would have happened without a bug ever happening, without having a remake and Hyungyu Kim supposedly not getting any technical. We don't know the outcome, and it is very unfortunate, but they are not out. And if they play well in the losers match and make it up, and they'll make it to the grand finals and have a chance of placing first. But for now, we do have GC Busan Red on screen. We have Yoon Tae-son, Yoon Jae-jung, and Dae-young Choi.
You see those 3 players there. You guys are very accustomed to. They will play majority just one class each.
Yeah.
Perhaps with Dae-young Choi going with the Soul Fighter for troll picks. But other than that, we're gonna see these 3 guys stick to those Summoner, also the Destroyer and the Assassin combo. We're very aware of their composition at this moment, at this stage, but we're gonna be up against a team that really pulled off all the miracles yesterday. They were down 5-1 against IDES, but this team, Penggandi from Taiwan, is somewhat of an impossible, what I thought was an impossible reverse sweep, to get it back to a 6-5 win. Just a miraculous win for this guys, and getting to the semifinal stage. It's a huge accomplishment for this team already, but see this team right here, Tang Shi, Lin Xiang, and also Su Qingsheng. Also see these very familiar faces. I've seen them so many times, and these guys also play these classes that you guys are very aware of. They're not going to be very flexible. Keep these with these same Destroyer, Warlock, Assassin combination. It's actually very much the same against GC Busan Blue. Just a reminder of that.
Yep, and as you mentioned about that incredible win against IDEPS yesterday, I don't remember a team ever being down 5-1 and winning the last 2 sets of tags to win, because usually when it's a 5-1 and they are on the last set, the team that is 5 is usually the better team, or having a better day on that day to just sweep it out and end it with the 7-1 victory. That's how it usually happens from my experience, from what I've seen throughout this tournament. But Penggandi was incredible yesterday, getting the last 2 wins, even though they were down 4 points.
It was so important for Tang Shi on the Destroyer to get that first Game 1 win against the Force Master Jung Ho-yoon with that Destroyer. That 1 point kept them in the game.
Yep.
And really, if that win wasn't there, there wouldn't have been an opportunity to go for the reverse sweep.
It would have been a 6-0 sweep.
Really would have been. And that guy right there, you see on the screen, that was the hero. Kept them in the series. And Tang Shi really wants to do the same thing. Do a little bit of heavy lifting against GC Busan Blue. But we can definitely be able to say GC Busan Blue is a lot tougher opponent than IDEPS represents. Yep. So it's gonna be a much tougher opponent for Penggandi to deal with. Whether we're gonna go back to us actually. Yeah. Might not move right onto the matches itself, but how do you see this match coming forward? Because GC Busan Blue is such a strong team, and it would be weird to not have them in the finals, obviously. But just all that put it together, Penggandi pulled off a miraculous win to get here. Will they be good enough to pick out a win against GC Busan Blue?
Well, you never know, because to be honest, yesterday when they were down 5-1 and Hong Shu, the Destroyer, got a win against Jung Ho-yoon in the beginning, and that was a good start. But they just ended up losing everything until the last 2 sets of tags. And when it was 5-1, I just thought, yeah, Penggandi, they tried their best. They even beat Jung Ho-yoon as a Destroyer. That's something to remember them by. But they came back, and it was amazing, and that just shows how much mentality, how strong their mental game is. Even if they're down 5-1 or 5-0, it doesn't matter how much they're down. They're going to try hard the hardest until the end to see until if they actually lose or win.
Yeah.
And that actually brought them the win yesterday. And even against GC Busan Blue, like you said, a very strong team, probably a lot stronger than IDEPS in skill level wise. But they're not gonna give up, and a miracle could happen.
Basically, the mental strength of Tangshu and the rest of the side of Pengandi, and the resilience that they've been showing against IDEPS might pay off once again against GC Busan Blue. But they need to win at least a few games to stay in the Busan.
Yeah.
If you get to Game 5 and do not pick up a single win, it will be a 6-0 sweep before any type of comeback opportunity does occur for the Taiwanese side. So getting a few wins, maybe Tangshu can come back and get another surprise win in the early stages of the game. Keep them in this one. And if they do it again, my gosh, Game 6, Game 7 win to get the reverse sweep once again against GC Busan Blue. I'll just get out of my chair right now, and that's going to be so much hyped to go for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, and I also remember talking about Team Pengandi yesterday when Hangsu beat Jung Yoon. It was the first time ever seeing Team Pengandi put a smile on their face. All three of them, they were so happy that actually happened.
Yeah.
And I could kind of get the feels that they were satisfied with that, even if they ended up losing, and even if they did, get knocked out yesterday, which they didn't. But even if they did, I'm pretty sure they would have gone home a happy man or as a happy team for beating Jung Yoon with the Destroyer, and that's gonna stay forever until Blade and Soul disappears. But yeah,
we never know, because Wonshik Lee on the Blade Master, as you guys know from GFAM, holds a very unique record of beating out Jung Yoon on the Force Master with a Blade Master. Even Juno Han, the eyebrows from GC Busan Red, he couldn't even get that done when he was on his prime. When he was back on the Blade Master back in the day. But seems like we're going to be advancing to the matches pretty soon. But like I said, unique records do hold, and Tangshu holds his own by beating out Jung Yoon on the Force Master in Worlds against Jung Yoon's Force Master. But this time it's going to go against a Warlock instead of a Force Master. Tangshu will be out for set 1. He's going to be up against Yoon Jae-jung on the Warlock for GC Busan Blue there. See how this match unfolds.
Yeah, let's see how much Yoon Jae-jung practiced, because he did bring out the Summoner yesterday, and remember, that was his main, but he ended up losing with the Summoner, so now he is bringing, just what he's been practicing the most recent times. So he will be on his Warlock, and let's see if he is good enough of a Warlock to beat Teng Hangshu's Destroyer.
I mean, it's really weird to say that, because, good enough to beat Tangshu is the question you really put forth, is that whether Tangshu really has, made himself the name that he's worthy of. We're going to be finding out in one more match. There's an adventure against the Warlock. Straight on. Oh my goodness.
We'll have to see. When the characters come out, it might change. Okay.
Oh my.
It is official.
Fury build coming in from Tangshu. Took a picture with this man yesterday.
And the Fury is procced.
The love was in the air, but that is the Fury build, which I despise at its highest. Saw Vape from North America picking on a win with the Fury build, but none other have done it. There have been many who tried, many who made valiant efforts, but none couldn't get a win with the Fury build.
Ooh, smash. Fury will be coming back in 12 seconds. Will he be able to stay alive? Usually in the Korean matches.
This might be the great beginning of the Fury build. 5 seconds until that cooldown's back. Gets a good chase in the air.
All right. Now the Warlock is out of escape, and the Fury is back.
Wow.
One good CC. Oh, but the Void is back.
Okay, so the body swap will be the last resort for Yoon Jae-jung, but in the end, Tangshu still gonna move forward with that Fury, but he's not. That build is not built to just stay back and wait. Okay, gets the iron plating up. Still pokes him down, Yoon Jae-jung. Tangshu trying to look for that. When to proc that Fury build. Okay, does get a little bit of damage over the stun coming in. Still 2 seconds left of that second wind is coming back.
He wants Yoon Jae-jung to use his second win, but he's keeping it there. But the Familiar is gone.
The Fury is
there we
procced now.
go.
We're gonna see a second
Yoon
wind
Jae-jung
is
out
procced.
of escape.
He doesn't have the familiarity either, so there's basically no escape for Yoon Jae-jung. If he gets killed by the Fury build, it will be the second win, and that might be it. Sung Woo gets the second win on the Fury build, destroy it, and this guy making everything work out in the past 2 days gets a win against GC Busan Blue. In a singles win, we have to mention of how small that actually is in terms of scoreline, but so big in the fact that you won out with a Fury build against a very, very strong team.
Yeah, and Tae Hong-soo once again showing us that he is proud with a smile, beating out Yoon Jae-jung's Warlock, who actually was playing the mind game with Tae Hong-soo by not using that escape until the very last moment. And you know, Tae Hong-soo, I gotta give him props, man. He has done a lot of things in this World's Champions.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people watching him for the first time now is going to get a lot of fans going towards Song Shan. I can definitely say I'm one of the fans right now because this guy showing something else with that Destroyer that we haven't seen before. No Destroyer in World 2017 other than him has beat out Force Master Jung Yoon, and none other than him and Fury. With the Vape coming from North America has done a win with the Fury build, as we like to mention. So many accomplishments to his name already, saying probably going to remember him very much if he does come back for the 2018 World Championships next year. But just a win right now, and now Bengani's on the lead. It's a 1-0 lead, a very small one to say at the least, but whether they can continue on with this, we're going to find out. But it's going to be an assassin mirror match to help us answer that question. Daniel Choi on the side of GC Busan Blue will be up against Su-Ching Shang, the assassin. For the side of Pengan, so it will be the Korean assassin versus a Taiwanese assassin to see who's going to be the better one this time around.
Yep, and Su-Ching Shang, as the assassin, to be honest, he hasn't been performing too well compared to his other two teammates. And as an assassin during tag, you have to be able to do your damage output in order for you, your team to win. But the music has changed, and we are getting ready for our set 2, our assassin mirror match. Let's get it on.
After that, first loss for the side of GC Busan Blue. You hear a lot more cheers from the crowd, trying to cheer them back up. Really didn't need that when you had a 6-0 GC Busan Red the previous series. After facing defeat, these fans watching from the crowd really wanted to give all their energy over to their home side.
Yep, Su-Ching Shang is the one in the white clothes that is stealth right now, and Daeyoung Choi
gets the first stun.
Okay, gets the first stun.
Now
they're both out.
Yeah, it's kind of trading stealth both ways, with Daeyoung Choi having used to have to use a Lotus Escape for
both of them, actually.
I don't know how do we say that we do get
oh,
both.
it is not good when you're out of escape. The first EC landing.
Daeyoung Choi putting so much damage,
and he's not going to make a mistake.
Will that be enough time though? And we know that assassin mirror matches can go pretty swiftly as long as we don't have any escapes to get away from another stun. Dan Choi had all of the skills available and went for the instant KO on that one. Yep. Give 1 point right back to the Busan side.
Yeah, Daeyoung Choi, an assassin of Daeyoung Choi's caliber. He's not going to make a mistake, or he's going to redeem his mistake if he even makes a mistake. When your opponent is out of escapes, you're just going to be 100-0 regardless of what class you are. So this is what we have just seen. Both of them actually didn't have escapes, so if Su-Ching Shang actually landed an escape on Daeyoung Choi first, maybe he could have had the chance for 100-0, but Daeyoung Choi made the move first.
Really did, and it's pretty even ground after those two escapes have been traded out towards both sides equally. But those Daeyoung Choi going with aggression, getting that next stun. Was deemed an instant KO for this guy, and GC Busan Blue, after losing out game 1, they do pick it up and get that game 2, make it a 1-1 scoreline. Will be the tag coming up in game 3. See who's going to pick up that 2 points after sharing those points evenly throughout the first 2 games.
Yeah, and you know, if somebody wins this and takes that 2-point lead, this is going to give their momentum because, you know, like Joel said, they are only 1 point apiece, and getting that 2-point lead with just one match is huge for either teams. And right now, having 1 point, they have, you know, an evenly matched confidence right now, but this tag match is going to be worth a lot more than just 2 points.
Definitely that confidence level will change based on the results of this one, because 2 points is a large advantage when you're heading towards the last bits of this best of 7 in this series. So both teams really knowing the importance of winning out this game 3 and these 2 points that follow with it. So both these teams are ready to go. We're gonna head on to the match pretty soon to see who's gonna get that win and that 2 points crucially for their series to follow.
Yep, and it is best out of 7 always. In starting from today, it's always gonna be there won't be any best out of 4s because it's starting with the semifinals. And you know, we need the long matches for the team to cope. And for example, a situation like yesterday where Pengan-D was able to come back even with the 5-1, you know, losing streak right now, and then they came back and went 6-5.
We're gonna see whether Pengan-D will pull another miracle. They did win out game 1 just as yesterday. Or they're gonna continue on with this pattern. We're gonna find out. Let's get up to game 3. Let's get on. Go for game 3 between GC Busan Blue and Pengan-D from Taiwan. It's gonna be Yoonjae Jung on the Warlock versus Su Qingsheng on the Assassin.
Yoonjae Jung actually getting that loss for his team. Might want to come out and redeem himself, but he does get CC'd. And Bombard combo right there, using his second wind right off the bat.
Still going over the damage though, even with that familiar out. Su Qingsheng fearing no one at this stage. Going with the interfere now from Tong Shi.
Yep, Su Qingsheng also, you know, the player that gave his team the loss. So we have the 2 losers, I guess, for the singles.
Yeah. Yoonjae Jung did lose out in the first match against Tong Shi. You just saw him off that interfere to lose out against the Destroyer. And most notably being a Fury Destroyer, still lost out that one. So Yoonjae Jung, along with Su Qingsheng, both are seeking redemption in this game 3.
Yep, let's see which one will get that redemption or get that revenge against GC Busan Blue or against Pengan-D. Right now it seems pretty even. They all have their escapes. He will get his Lotus of Escape back in like 2 seconds, so it is a reset basically.
And you saw early in the stage where Su Qingsheng put out a lot of damage onto Yoonjae Jung. Over time, the HP does come back a little bit towards your side, and does bring out the familiar once again, Yoonjae Jung, and maybe he might go for the aggression here. We'll send the Lotus down in case of that escape availability for the Taiwanese side.
Tether Blade does land. Uses his Lotus of Escape to get out of that CC.
Okay, now he's going to go into aggression here. He's going to go for the familiar, trying to put into damage onto him. Yoonjae Jung takes a small bit of that damage, but has to use a second wind, but maybe a force tag towards both sides. A chase will be seen.
Xian comes in on the Warlock. The force tag has happened for both sides. No escapes have been used until just now. That Void Walk.
Had to use that body swap to get away from the damage. Now it's going to be Daeyoung Choi, who did win out game 2. Wants to do that again in this game 3 will be worth a lot more than a single point.
Yep. Daeyoung Choi has the advantage right now with both escapes being available.
Now even Lin Xiang, Familiar is going to go down any second now.
Oh.
Have to use a second wave hopefully, but gonna force out the defensive interfere instead. Su Qingsheng.
Yep. A total of 3 interferes has been used on Pengan-D's side already, whereas GC Busan Blue just used their first interfere. So this resource points, if this goes to the late game, it's going to hit them hard.
And note that no tag point has been used so far. Both players did come in from that free tag, force tag. So even with the damage now, trying to go for it. And Choi goes for the counter. Lin Xiang still puts decent amount of damage. To use the first tag point here. Inside of Pengan-D. Tong Shu is get back out onto the field.
Yep, will Tong Shu be able to replicate what he did in singles in this tag match?
See Tong Shu here. Gonna go with the Fury build this time around. Gonna go for the stability.
Yeah.
the safety first team.
Alright, reactionary 2v2.
It's gonna be Daeung Choi taking a lot of damage. Coming in from Sushing Shang, actually putting a lot of damage with that bombard. It's gonna be enough to force out a tag point from Daeung Choi, bringing Yoon Tae-sun for the first time on that destroyer.
Yeah, we have the mirror match now. Oh, tags out because he was out of all of his schemes
Gets
and
the
the chase.
Yeah, chase will be good enough to proc the stealth. Tap escape coming out now for Sushing Shang. Send the Lotus in case another danger does occur for this guy.
Yeah, and he has been performing pretty well in this tag match rather than, playing in singles where he gave his team a loss. But right now, he is in the air, right when I complimented him.
Yeah, I mean, Yoon Tae-sun read that approach coming in exactly, and he even goes for those wedges. He's been very good with those wedges, pummeling people to the face. Been very good at that since yesterday when he did try to go for that destroyer carry. Sushing Shang using the Lotus of Escape to actually make the offensive initiate towards Yoon Tae-sun. Stun the bombard. It's a decent amount of damage, but takes a little bit of damage himself as well from Yoon Tae-sun.
Yeah, and the resource points on both sides, their management is pretty awesome right now. Even though Pengan D is a little down regarding tag points and interfere points, but still, they have enough to last the next 2 minutes until they get another interfere point.
See, noting that we're only reaching the halfway mark of this match. About to get to that 5-minute mark. Sushing Shang, who's done pretty well throughout this tag. Trying to continue on with this, puts the bombard. Doesn't connect that time around. Be a lot of damage coming from that poison breath. Tae-sun really negating all that damage with the stability. He's gonna go out on the force tag, but it had to use the tag in. And Lin Xiang is gonna be pulled in. Force tag, not even gonna go for the chase there because Lin Xiang
gets dragged in at the last minute.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
Daeung Choi not gonna be allowed to put in the damage onto Lin Xiang. Tries to put the bombard down, but the Sanctum is still protecting the Warlock. This time on his side.
Distortion.
Now Lin Xiang's familiar is going to be choked out. And it's going to be a familiar less. Lin Xiang against Yoon Tae-jung, who has his companion ready. We'll be going that back on cooldown though. Tongshu comes in for the interfere. Let's go for something here. The Iron Plating though, really serving nothing, so a little waste of interfere there. From the time on his side, Pengan D. And Choi trying to go for something again, gets him down, so waste of interfere there for the side of GC Busan Blue. Okay, the bombard is going to be coming in from Sushing Shang. Not too much damage though.
Alright, both teams are doing very well right now. They are keeping their health pretty healthy. Even the Pengan D side has used a little bit more resource points. They are staying in the game and doing enough damage.
Oh, that's the stun coming in from Tae-Shi. He could have used the interfere there, but that's going to be good enough threat to get him out of the field. Now Daeung Choi comes in from that tag point from Yoon Tae-sun. Does have one tag point with one interfere. His teammates still have plenty of interferes to help him out there.
Yep, playing it slow.
20 seconds mark until we get that interfere point back for everybody. Get up in the air. Yoon Tae-jung trying to go for the damage now onto Tae-Shi. Brings out the defensive interfere from Lin Xiang. Save his teammate.
Yep, 10 seconds until that 3-minute mark.
Hey, it doesn't seem like a stun will come through, but the gust will be procced by the destroyer.
Ooh,
Ice Mine is going to be popped by Daeung Choi. Now the 3-minute mark has passed, so interfere points are plenty for everyone out on the field.
Pengan D decides to use the tag point to tag out, and it's an assassin mirror match.
Sushing Shang back out onto the field. Lin Xiang, we haven't seen too much of him, but he's already used 2 tag points. All of a sudden, it's going to be an assassin mirror match until Yoon Tae-jung comes back out on the Warlock.
Yep, Daeung Choi using the last of his tag points.
Okay, going to be damage coming towards Yoon Tae-jung. Yoon Tae-jung is still going to save his tab escape and his body swap. So all that escape availability still there for him.
He's stunned into the stealth.
Daeung Choi coming in. Yoon Tae-sun coming for the interfere. Sushing Shang does get all of his escapes back with the time distortion coming in from the destroyer.
Oh, he's making his move on to Yoon Tae-jung, but he gets tether bladed.
Another stealth being used by the time on his side. Yoon Tae-jung still have all the escapes available. Still gonna go aggressive. Sushing Shang, he just wants the damage onto him, and Yoon Tae-sun comes back out. really can't take the poke anymore. Yunjejang and does use his last tag point in place into Sun's assassin.
Yep, and Sushin Sang and Yoon Tae-sun are the only two players with the tag points out, which makes it all right for them to be on the field. But now their Pengandi is 2 less of an interfere point compared to GC Busan Blue right now. So they have to manage this very well and not waste any interferes at all if they want to stay in this.
Now you see the HP bars pretty even towards the 3 side as we reach the 1 minute mark. How do you reckon this will end if it does go to TKO ending?
Well, right now it seems as if Pengandi has taken a little bit more damage compared to GC Busan Blue. So we'll have to see what happens within this 1 minute that is left on the clock.
Definite difference maker will be needed from Pengandi, whether they get a KO or just get more damage chart until they reach that 0 end of the game mark. In Siang trying to best try to get that done.
Yeah, we do have a mirror composition
Hey,
here.
but Lin Xiang's gonna go up into the air, and that's gonna be interrupted, but still leads to a good amount of damage. Oh, that's gonna be Lin Xiang taking the damage from Yoon Jae-jung.
They're going back and forth.
Really
Yoon Jae-jung
is.
took that, and then it went back to Lin Xiang.
Lin Xiang has no tag point available, so he will be the last man available.
Leech. All right, Iron Plating coming in to save. And just
Shu.
remember, this is a mirrored composition, so
Really is.
the health bar, you can just tell that Pengandi has taken more damage by now. 20 more seconds left of this match.
It's gonna really up to Lin Xiang, the rest of Pengandi to put in as much damage to get this towards their side, but it just seems like GC Busan Blue will get the win here if it does end in this manner. Seems like they have gathered up more damage overall compared to the opposition, and it will end in a TKO. We'll get to the damage chart to see whether GC Busan Blue, based on our predictions, will be the winner off of the damage chart.
Yeah, and we'll have to see, but it's probably going to be GC Busan Blue. There we go.
We saw the difference there.
Wow!
Really?
Really?
700 difference?
700 difference, which means even though it was a mirror composition, GC Busan Blue has healed up a lot more compared to Pengandi, and Pengandi was just busy doing damage rather than healing. So, probably Yoon Tae-sun's Destroyer healed up a lot more compared to Tae-Hung Shu's Destroyer.
Yeah, I can see a lot of tilt going with that number difference. If Pengandi was really aware of the fact that it was only a 700 difference, probably just went one more poke damage. Probably would have been good enough to beat out the damage charge. So
this is probably the smallest damage difference ever that I have seen.
Yeah,
not only in Worlds, not only in Worlds, just ever. Yeah, in a tag team match.
Of course,
700 is, wow, that's a very close game. And now that even though Pengandi got that loss, seeing that small difference just shows them and gives them hope that GC Busan Blue isn't that far away from catching up to.
Really is, and GC Busan Blue had been in trouble for many other occasions, and we saw a confirmation of that once we saw the damage chart being so close between the two sides. Really wasn't far behind for Pengandi, so a positive mindset, positive outtake from this match can be that they do have a decent chance beating out GC Busan Blue altogether. Still have many matches that they have to face. As it stands, it's going to be 3-1 currently in favor for GC Busan Blue, so getting closer and closer to a bit of a deja vu from yesterday when IDEPS got them on the lead for 5-1, and Pengandi was in a situation where they had to win every single game, and they did to be in this stage. So, of course, they don't want to have that happen again. The pressure is really high when in that 5-1 situation. So, Pengandi, knowing this, probably wants to win as many singles of the two that will be coming out very soon.
Yeah, and we have Yoon Tae-sun's Assassin again versus Lin Xiang's Warlock. And every time Yoon Tae-sun brings out the Assassin, we always say it.
It's bad.
Because during the career seasons, he said he promised that he won't bring out the Assassin because he performed horribly in 2 of the matches that he brought out the Assassin.
I mean, even he knows it's bad.
Yeah. He admitted it, and he admitted it in the backstage to us too. And now here we go with Yoon Tae-sun's Assassin once again when they have their own choice Assassin.
That's the biggest question I want to throw out is why isn't Daeun Choi stopping this guy from playing the Assassin? But nonetheless, it's going to be Yoon Tae-sun back out on this infamous Assassin versus Lin Xiang on the Warlock. Let's get the match underway. Let's get it on. The only conclusion I can come up with this pick now, now there's a lot more occurring, is that Yuntason on the Destroyer doesn't feel like it's a viable single pick.
Yeah, maybe he's not as comfortable on a Destroyer for singles as, you know, many of the other Destroyers that come out and show us a good performance.
But already proving himself with a little bit of damage. Going towards Lin Xiang. Yuntason picking out the initial strike towards his opposition.
Yep. They both, you know, just saving their interferes. Even though Lin Xiang took some damage, it's okay. A Warlock, just one good aerial to take out 70% health.
Okay,
so.
that's going to be the second win, being knocked off that stun from Lin Xiang. So Yuntason, he knows what to do from here. Just kind of wait for the familiar to die out off that cooldown. That will be his goal, but going aggressively.
All right.
Distortion though.
Right before the familiar is gone. There we go.
Good use of that, Lin Xiang, to make sure he does have the escape available once another dangerous situation comes through. But let's go for the offensive now onto Yuntason, and just can't stand back forever. Another stun coming in, and second win being procced already. Right after the time distortion had come through, Lin Xiang escapeless. Does have the familiar out once again, so Void Walk, that body swap will be available to him.
Yep, and 22 seconds until the second escape comes back. But Yuntason isn't playing a fast-paced game. However, he was able to make his offensive moves, and he didn't use any escapes yet. So basically, Yuntason has the advantage overall from, you know, the 30-second plays that we have seen so far. A minute and 30 seconds right now.
You know what we've been saying about Warlock needing just one chance. Put him up in the air. Dealing so much damage is what they want out of this class, and another second win being used. Doesn't even have to Void Walk now with the familiar out off the field. Son, if he's aware of this fact, he's going to go for this now. Stun coming in with the Bombard. Will he go for the 100-0? The familiar is back out. They had to use a Void Walk though.
Yep,
so
right away.
Literally escapeless is Lin Xiang for the next 15 seconds.
Yep.
Someone Sanctum. Yuntason really trying to measure out how he should go in, but he
aerial.
gets the one to cut. And Lin Xiang tries to deal the initial damage onto his opponent. 42 seconds left to go.
All right, it's been a very slow-paced game, but they
know
the clock is going down.
In terms of damage, I feel like Yuntason has a little bit of edge right here with Lin Xiang healing back some of the health right back towards him. Hasn't been as much healing coming from Yuntason, so I would predict if it does end like this, Yuntason will get the win.
Yeah,
Let's
but
find
he
out.
is taking some damage now. But now, back to Lin Xiang taking that damage.
And that's going to be have to Lin Xiang. 10 seconds left to go. Has to go pretty aggressively to put out as much damage as he can towards his opponent.
No.
Bombard coming in with the lightning
5
rod.
seconds.
Lin
Oh,
Xiang
he's
should
keeping
be standing
distance.
there. I don't think he should be standing there. He just should go for the damage. And
Yeah.
timer runs out. Maybe he had his eyes off the clock. The only explanation for why he didn't go aggressively near the last few seconds, but most likely will be Yuntason getting out the win right here with the damage.
Yep.
There you go. That's a huge enough difference.
Almost double. Well, not double, but almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end, Lin Xiang, I don't know why he just stood there. At that point, regarding damage charts, he should have known that he was going to lose if it went down to the TKO. So he should have just gone aggressive, even if he does get KO'd somehow.
Yeah.
He should have just gone all in for the last 5 to 10 seconds. But he just stood there when it was obvious that Yuntason was keeping the distance, running away. But Lin Xiang just stood there very dull, not making any offensive moves at the end.
And you know what another conclusion of this is ending? Yuntason's assassin gets another win.
Yeah,
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, this is bad feelings. Where Yuntason now is going to feel that his assassin is viable.
He thinks he's an assassin god now. With so many wins with the recent times. He is undefeatable on the assassin. That's what he's thinking probably.
Please, no.
Please don't think that way. Yuntason will tell you up front that you are not the best assassin in Korea.
Please don't. But now we are going to be getting ready for our 5th set. Last singles of this first portion. And if GC Busan Blue gets this win, it's going to be 5-1, a literal deja vu of yesterday. And Pengandi will be sending out Su Shin-seng on the Assassin and Yin Jae-jung on the Warlock. The two losers of set 1 and 2.
We're seeing the loser reunion here with Game 5 coming up. Su Shin-seng hasn't done much, but the tag contribution was pretty good. Didn't lead to a win though, but
Yeah.
it was a very, very close difference as we knew in Game 3. But it's going to be up against Yu Jung, who has been doing pretty well. Didn't win out the singles, but really wants to do that. Get a win, this time for GC Busan Blue to add another point.
Yeah, and like you said, Sishin Sang did perform pretty well in tag. Same goes for Yoon Jae-jung, but now for back to singles, 2 losers of set 1 and 2. Let's see who will get this victory in set 5. Let's get it on.
And perhaps if Pengani, if they believe in rituals, they might just intentionally lose out this one to make it a 5-1. So they will get a repeat performance of yesterday and win 6-5.
Yeah,
We haven't asked them about their ritual beliefs, so hopefully they'll try their best.
Yeah, Sishin Sang is out of stealth. Yoon Jae-jung is comfortably just, playing aggressive against this assassin who is out of stealth.
Doesn't have the Lotus of Escape though, so Sishin Sang, which he does use as we just say that, so will be escapeless for all that damage coming from Yu Jae-jung. Maybe they do believe in rituals and wants to purposely lose out this one. I would highly doubt that, but
Another blade, and yep, we hear the whole bunch.
intentionally or not, he does get another loss, and it's back to day 4 for these guys. Pengani 5-1 once again. Will they do it? We talked about it right before any of these matches began.
Yep.
If they can do this the same thing against GC Busan Blue, win game 1, lose the rest, and win game 6 and 7 to get another series win. I'm telling you,
But
I'll just be ecstatic by all of this because I don't think it would happen, but I thought that yesterday.
Oh yeah.
But it happened, so the surprises really do never end in World Championships, and really want to see whether Pengani can really pull it off once again. They can't lose any more games from here on.
Yeah, and it is basically a deja vu because Peng Hong-shu was actually the only one who won that singles yesterday. That's the same thing today, and then they ended up making it a 5-1 again.
Wow. I don't know
We'll
what
have
to
to
say.
see. Yeah, I
don't
don't.
know.
I just want to get into set 6 to actually see if they can make this possible, an actual deja vu of yesterday.
You're gonna have to see because GC Busan Blue, they have no thoughts of giving away a 6-5 loss away to opponents.
Oh,
They're
no.
probably just looking to close it out right here in game 6. Just call it a day and let them just have their disbelief in rituals from here on. GC Busan Blue, pretty successful for most of 2017. I say that. They won Season 1. They also won Season 2. Most successful, almost came through in the Korea Finals when they couldn't beat out GC Busan Red to get that first place. They only got second, and I say only because of how much success they had in previous turns. But here they are back again in World Championships. Haven't faced too much threat from any of the teams that they have faced, but here they are trying to get another win and head to the semifinals. It will be confirmed. If they do win, it will be at least placed into at least a 2nd or 3rd seed. So we're going to be finding out whether they can finish off right here or whether it be Penggani's miraculous run coming through once again. We're going to find out in game 6. Let's get it on. And as I just mentioned, ending, this match literally is for avoiding elimination, because if you do win out this particular series, there is no way you will be eliminated from this semifinals, and you will head on to the grand final stage at least as 3rd, 2nd, or 1st.
Yep, and I do have hopes for Pengandi because they've only lost their tag in a TKO with the difference of only 700 damage difference. So, they definitely have a chance of maybe doing a deja vu, really, making it a 6 and 5.
Definitely doesn't seem impossible at this stage,
Yeah.
but Sijin Chang
Oh,
taking too much
no.
damage. He might have to tag out, but force out a defensive interfere. Very risky there.
Is his tag not working again? Because he's not tagging out. Okay, he did tag out.
So we have it confirmed that the tag button is working.
Yeah, he just wasn't tagging out.
The retreat has been used by Tong Hong-shi. Be facing up against Dae Choi. Really hard to defeat an assassin with a destroyer. Tong Hong-shi has shown more difficult tasks being done.
Oh, in the air.
Damage
Should be
out
a lot
now.
of damage.
Tongshu chunked out from the side of Yoon Jae-jung and Dae Choi, going for that aerial combo.
Yep, he did proc the Fury and then tagged out. But anyways, yeah, Lin Yang is out right now against Dae Choi. Gets that leech.
So that time distortion, but it's gonna bring out Yoon Tae-son. Have to use that first tag point. Saw the side of Pengandi use 2 points already. Yoon Jae-jung now gonna pull him in. Lin Yang be a little bit under threat.
Oh, in the
Gonna
air.
get damage on. I mean, Yoon Jae-jung trying to disrupt him.
Yep, just coming in and just damage dealing to Lin Yang while he's hurting it.
This is the wall bang. This is a very OP wall bang we've been talking about. That is telling it just seems unfair with so much damage coming through from that destroyer strike alone. I'm telling you, Dae Choi just tickled him, and rest of the damage really did go to Yoon Tae-son.
Yeah, and you notice that, you know, it's uninterferable. Because if you do
can't do
interfere on top of someone that's getting wallbanged by a destroyer typhoon, you're just
You'll
going to
get
get
wallbanged too, yeah.
wallbanged at the same time. So, you know,
It's really unfair, to be honest. I mean, you don't want to fall into that situation, but I reckon NCSoft will make some adjustment to that very soon, right after this Worlds. But I can't speak for that myself. Have no credit under that statement that I just made, but just hoping, as a personal viewer of Blade and Soul, would like to see things more balanced, but definitely that destroyer wallbang, as we've seen in the past couple of days, has seen very tremendous, almost to the point of unfair amount of damage to their opponents.
it's just the fact that, you know, you can't help out. The damage itself is okay because, you know, the interfere comes in. That's why it's a lot of damage. But the Typhoon itself, the wallbang is just, you know, you can't help. It's not a stun. You can't escape out of it. It's the wallbang. So that is the unfair part. That is the unjust part. But, you know, for now, stay away from walls, guys. Don't get grabbed by a destroyer so he doesn't bring you to a wall. So just 2 tasks when you're versing a destroyer. Don't get grabbed by him. Stay off the wall.
And another advice is that do not automatically pick a destroyer thinking that you're going to win every ranked match from here on. Only skilled players can pull that off, and if you think that you can do that every time and literally go undefeated in the tag matches or the singles, you're definitely thinking wrong. But we thought it was going to be a miracle story once again for Pengandi, but no surprise. We just continue on with this win streak, and GC Busan Blue gets a 7-1 victory. They do win out to go back into the winner's match to face once again a rematch of the Korea Finals last day to see GC Busan Red and GC Busan Blue to see who's going to get that first seed going to the Grand Finals. And whereas Pengandi will be joining RB Gaming from Russia in the losers match, which will be featured in the next part of our broadcast. So we ended the broadcast sort of early, and we'll be back on 1800 Korean Standard Time with this right now being 15:30 about. So
2 hours and a half.
2 hours and a half. That's probably the longest break we had between the intermissions, between the 2 broadcasts. But we will have that pretty much of an extended break. We're back with these 4 teams back again, just with different opponents. GC Busan Blue and Red will be facing it off in the winners match. You'll be seeing Pengandi, who just lost out, facing off against RB to get that last 3rd spot in the Grand Finals.
Yeah, and we will be coming back at 1800 like Joel mentioned, and our first match will be the losers match. So it will be Pengandi versus R&B Gaming, and the loser of that match will be eliminated, and the winner will have a chance next week to place either 2nd place, or take home the 2nd prize money or the 3rd place prize money. And the 2nd match of our 2nd portion will be to decide our 1st seed that will be going into the Grand Finals.
And the winners match also serves very much of a significance as well, because they will have to play 1 less match in the Grand Final. They can just wait in that final stage when the 2nd and 3rd place duke it out next Friday to see who's going to be facing off as the last 2 teams. But in the meantime, we're going to be taking a quite of an extended break, about 2 hours and 30 minutes, and to see we're going to be back with the winners match and the losers match, as we've been saying. I wonder if we're going to just go to commercial break. It will be the end of our broadcast. There you go. Thank you for getting back to the recap. I was getting scared for a second that we're going to go to another commercial break for no matches upcoming for this first part of the broadcast, because we just ended our part 1 of day 5 with the semifinals. Now going towards wins and wins, going for the GC Busan red and blue here.
No, it's just left side rigged. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we do have our results for our match 1 and match 2, and here we go. The next match is up. Like I said, we have the losers match first, and they put it as the 3rd place match because, you know, this will be the decider of the 3rd and the 4th place. And for our second match, we will have GC Busan Derby once again.
Finals. I don't like that title, OGM. Please, that's not really.
It's not the finals, guys.
It does not depict the actual image of the finals. Although we might, maybe OGM was just kind of being troll, saying those 2 teams will be in the finals anyway. And
no, that's too troll.
That is a little bit troll from OGM. We'll ask them afterwards what their intentions were for calling that specific match happening today. As we